Oh, hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Let's Play EU4 as Hammerin Holland. In the last part, we mostly sat around, but we did help Cologne fight a war against Cleves, who I have now noticed. Cologne took the province Berg from Cleves, to link up their land. When Austria sent the imperial territory demand, the unlawful territory demand, they accepted. They gave Berg right back. So after that war, we pretty much sat around and did nothing. And unfortunately, that probably will be kind of what this part is like as well. But I am trying to think of things to do otherwise that might be fun or interesting. I currently have max slots, or I would go for an alliance with Denmark here because I think that that's something that would give me sort of a leg up in terms of fighting against Austria. I think having the troops from Denmark, Sweden, and Norway would be helpful because they don't have a lot of troops, but they do have a significant amount that could be helpful. Meanwhile, I'm going to continue building my spy network in Austria, and I'm going to improve relations with Aragon in the hopes that maybe I can secure some enough favors. Oh, I have plenty of favors with them. Well, they would not join a war against Austria, apparently, for whatever reason, but that's okay. That's okay. Scotland is allied with France. England and France will probably go to war again once their truce is over within 2 years. I would like to try and go to war with Austria, if not starting in this part, then maybe in the next part, because I think that that'd be something that would be very good in general. I think that that would not only be interesting, but that's sort of, the make or break of this campaign, right? Is if I succeed against Austria, then I win, and if I don't, then I slow down, and I'm not going to be able to do as well. I might like to gain a larger base of power before I do that. Of course, that is true. For instance, I could try and attack one of the smaller targets that I have available to me, like Oldenburg, who has no allies whatsoever. Kind of a crappy province, but still no allies, free land, basically. Or I could attack a Munster. I think pretty much either way, it's a good way to secure victory. I don't want to call in France because I don't want to use the favors that way. But I don't think that I can beat Cologne and Munster on my own. If I could ally Saxony and they were willing to join, that might be one thing, but they wouldn't be willing to join just off of that, which to me says that that's not going to work. I think that instead maybe what I could do is maybe try and take land from Cleves instead. Just to make sure that I have the, that I can get in here and take some land, because I think that it really doesn't matter to me where I expand. I just want to expand somewhere a little bit more before I fight Austria, because I'd like to have a decent amount of troops, and I'd like to have some money coming in before that happens, just because in general I'm worried about fighting Austria, as I think I have a right to be. I think it makes sense to keep both forts running right now. It doesn't make sense to not have my heavy mothballed though. It's probably costing me a lot in maintenance each month, and mothballing it will help me not have to pay so much. So if I can make a little bit more money that way, that would be good too. course, we're also just paying full army maintenance while we're at peace with no threat of rebels. So that might be something that's not super smart. Did increase autonomy here, but unlawful territory was fired. I usually won't increase autonomy unless there's unlawful territory on me, but I don't really see that as an issue in this case. If I do secure an alliance with Saxony, it's possible that I could, unlikely, but possible that I could become emperor. It would take some time, but it could happen for sure. Another idea group. I believe my next ruler is a 546, yes. And I believe I'm past the point in military tech where things matter really quickly. Yeah, it's really 6, 7, 9 that matter very quickly, and I'm ahead on military tech right now. So I think it would be good for me to take... I don't know if I want offensive or if I want quality, because I think both are good trees for sure. Or quantity even. No, I don't think I want quantity. I think that offensive is just good and quality is just good. It doesn't really matter which one you pick, they're both good. But quality also has some of the best policies that you can have. What with modern firearm techniques, infantry combat ability is great. Isn't there one with quality that's gives you the, or is that offensive that gives you the settlers? I know there's one that gives you settler efficiency, and now I don't know what it is. Or global settler increase or whatever. Is it if you have expansion plus exploration? Alright, I think here the offensive is just the most sensical. And we'll go ahead and pick up the bayonet leaders idea here. And we're not going to take Diplo ideas because I want to get up on tech before I do that. My Duke is just. That's pretty good. That's a good trait to have for sure. And I've been ruling for 10 years at the age of 25. I'm not sure why my expenses are going up so much. But perhaps I can lower some army maintenance a little bit. I'd rather just gain... I don't want to rush the reform. I know you guys might say if you don't take the free stability there, you're a dummy. And you're probably right. But I want to keep reform desire low. I don't want the Reformation to fire for as long as I can avoid it. Because I really just want... I really just want this to be easy. Easy peasy. Yes, I have a truce as well, don't I? Fortunate. And they are now allied. How about fighting Oldenburg and then calling in Munster? That might be good. I have a truce with Oldenburg though. Until when? It just ended. So fighting Oldenburg, I could call in Cologne to fighting Munster and break the alliance. Like so. Which would be amazing. Of course, I do need to wait to be able to build the spy network, but it would give me access to taking quite a bit of land quite quickly. And quite easily, I might add, too. I think that that is the so-called power move there, is to do that. Give me a little bit of the wombo combo. That ain't Falco, if you know what I mean. And just take some land there in what should be a pretty easy war overall. Now what's going on here? Holy Roman intervention. Bohemia is Teutonic conquest of Berlin. Huh. So the Teutons are thirsting for Berlin, which is interesting. They have expanded some. It looks like they've taken Stolp from Pomerania, which Pomerania has sort of been spit out by Brandenburg. I didn't even notice that. Brandenburg has been forced to spit stuff out. It's fine by me. Brandenburg, as long as they stay weak, I am happy. Let me tell you that. I don't want to deal with a strong Brandenburg at all. Yeah, I'd really like to take this coastline because you get some really nice cities on this coastline with Hamburg and Bremen, and you get some good trade from these, the Weser estuary, the Elbe estuary, and just getting access to the Lübeck trade node in general is very nice. Not just access to it, but access to it in full force by taking those cities, just by taking Bremen and Hamburg. It's so nice. It's so nice. So nice. So that's probably something that I will look into. Sweeping up along the coastline here, grabbing a couple provinces here and there. I don't want to get too far into Germany, though, for the sake of being Dutch. Right? I'd like to keep things Dutch. And I know it's really expensive, but just for the sake of like a role-play sort of happy times, if I take this state, the pink state here, which is Weser, I'll probably... Oh, this is two states. It's Lower Saxony and Weser. If I take these two, though, which I'd like to, I'll probably make them Dutch. I'll probably try and culture convert them to Dutch at some point in the campaign, because I just really like the idea of, if I'm playing as the Dutch, keeping a Dutch empire, you know. It kind of bothers me that this is Westphalian, but that's okay for now. It's okay for now. In the long term, I like to convert everything Dutch, and of course Flemish is okay. But, and I know Germanic is accepted, but it still might be better. And of course, once I take Wallonian provinces, those are going to get converted ASAP. France is really just sitting down here. I don't know if it's because there's a lot of unrest. It doesn't seem like it would be because of that. Not really sure, to tell you the truth, why that is. Austria is at war with who? Still Bohemia. They're slowly losing, for sure. Oh, rather, they're about to quickly lose, it seems like. But, either way. I'll grab a claim here on Antwerp. So that I could take that in the next war with Austria. Truce with England has ended, and like I said, that might mean that France is excited to pop off on them. Take Normandy, take Amour, etc. I really just hate these advisors, so I'm gonna kick them out again. I'll probably just get another one, but you never know. Colonial range has increased. Finally, I can use my explorer again. We'll do the Atlantic South America Sea zone. We'll see what February brings in terms of advisors. Hopefully, not the same crap again. But I have a feeling it might be. For level 1. Yes, look, it is. The army organizer. Alright, fine. We'll just grab him. Better than nothing, I suppose. But you can't be tricked. It says I can build 2 more units. But I know that as soon as he goes away, or as soon as I get a better advisor, or as soon as he dies or whatever, that's gone. So you can't hold stock by that. What did I say? Well, everyone, looks like we're back at war with England. I didn't dock my ships before the war started, which means that my men are going to suffer. I'm going to lose a lot of ships, probably. If I can't retreat until April 1st, goodness me, I already lost 1, 2, 3. Get me out of here. Lost 3 ships. I'm going to start losing money, probably. Of course, it's not that much of a setback in terms of economics for me, but it's frustrating, to say the least. England, of course, will probably send their ships here to try and attack me. Clan Ricard, the Irishmen, are allied with France, interestingly enough. I didn't actually know that. They don't have the claims that they could have on other parts of Ireland. Unfortunately for them. Munster claimed what now? Who knows? Claims last for another 10 years. Just fine then. I can grab my claim on Oldenburg, which is good, that's what I need. Alright, well, that's going to wrap up this episode, so